Well, San Diegans, as you know, have been dominating Hollywood. Andra Day, I mean, she took home the Golden Globe for actress. Hometown hero, right? Favorite for this weekend's Critic Choice Movie Awards as well. So we're going to talk predictions for that one in just a bit. But first, Kellie Gillespie joining us with another San Diegan. She's going from Star Wars now to Disney princess. Kellie, tell us all about her.
Yes, it's such an exciting time to be from San Diego. And you're right, Kelly Marie Tran, she voices the first ever Southeast Asian Disney princess in Raya and the Last Dragon. So we talked about that honor and then, of course, how San Diego has helped shape her career.
You're still connected to the gem's magic, and that means you can still use it to save the world. If we can get all the other gem pieces, you can reassemble it and blow the Tran away.
As a San Diegan, I am beyond proud that you are the first Southeast Asian Disney princess. So what does that mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it is such a big deal. You know, I grew up loving Disney movies, and it definitely sculpted my childhood. I think the different characters that I watched in movies like this, so to be part of this new iteration, it feels it's really emotional. It's really, really exciting.
Well, I cannot wait, Kelly, to get my daughter your doll and the matching outfit. I mean, is it so surreal?
It is so surreal. I grew up in San Diego. I was very much a kid who was like, I just wanted so badly to be part of this world, to be able to tell stories and to embody characters like this, and to actually be doing it feels crazy. And to think that kids are going to be playing with these toys and dressing up like these characters is it's really special.
From singing in the choir to musical theater, shout out to Westview High School.
Westview.
Yes, to Star Wars and Raya. How do you feel San Diego's helped shape your career?
Oh my gosh, I feel like San Diego is such a big part of me. I can't even take it out of me, if that makes sense. It's such a big part of who I am. And whenever I go back there too, I'm always like, should I move back here? I love San Diego. It's so special. And I spent so many summers like going to the beach with my friends, and gosh, there's so many beautiful parts of it. And it's also a really diverse city.
And talk to me about the arc of Raya, from some things that happened early in her childhood that kind of framed her worldview to this learning to trust. So for you, what did you connect with?
Everything. Yeah, exactly like you said. She kind of comes into the world and has this father figure who is so nurturing and who teaches her a lot about how to interact in the world. She then suddenly, has a really traumatic event happen, and then the world falls apart for her. And she finds herself viewing the world from a place of distrust. She's very guarded. And then by the end of the movie, she's learning again how to find the goodness in the world and how to find the good in people. And I think that it's a really important lesson. I think we can all relate to what it feels like to be hurt, what it feels like to feel betrayed, and what it feels like to try and open your heart again, and knowing that the only way to fight for the things you believe in is to open your heart again. Yeah, it's for me, it's such a relatable message for me, and I hope that other people are able to see themselves in that too.
Kelly is such a delight, and across the board, everyone that I talked to had nothing but huge praise and love for her, and especially the ability that she had to exude both vulnerability and strength from her voice. Raya and the Last Dragon is going to be a sure hit for families as it hits Disney Plus on Friday.
Disney Plus, that is one that we did purchase because there's a lot of good stuff on there. And it's really great to see those fun success stories. Also this weekend, right here on the CW, we want to point out the 26th Annual Critics' Choice Movie Awards. That will be live 7 p.m. Kelly, you're a voting member for this. So what are your predictions, your thoughts on this year's show?
I know this is such an exciting time. And, with award shows, you never know what to expect. Start off with what we do know. So Taye Diggs, he's back. He's hosting for the third consecutive year in a row. And this year's awards, of course, they're going to be both a hybrid of in-person and virtual. Zendaya, will be excited to hear her speech because she is going to get the See Her award. Now, she's also up for Best Actress for her performance in Malcolm and Marie. However, I do think it's a long shot because she's up against San Diego favorite Andra Day, who we mentioned took home the gold Golden Globe for Best Actress in Hulu's The United States versus Billie Holiday. And an interesting thing to note with this is she's also up for Best Song. Now, she both performed and wrote the song, although I do think it will be tough to beat Diane Warren, who took home the Globe for Best Song. But we're rooting for Andra to come home with a little bit more hardware this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Netta, the frontrunner film, this is Mank. It leads with 12 nominations. This is the black and white 1930s Hollywood picture where it's starring Gary Oldman and Amanda Seyfried. Now, this is the Herman Mankiewicz story where he's racing to finish Citizen Kane's screenplay. This David Fincher directed it. It's still streaming on Netflix, so if you haven't gotten a chance to see it, you can kind of sneak it in before Sunday's show. But my personal favorite is The Trial of the Chicago 7. It's up for 6 nominations. This is a true story. It's surrounding the uprising of the 1968 Democratic National Convention. I'm hoping that it takes home Best Picture. I'm hoping that it takes home Best Acting Ensemble, and that Aaron Sorkin wins for both Best Director and Best Original Screenplay. This also is on Netflix. And if you think you're hearing Netflix a lot, it's because they had 72 nominations. Wow. Streaming, of course, was king in 2020 because for most of us, that's the only way that we could consume film. While we are rooting for our local theaters to open up, I do think that streaming again in 2021 is going to be the way that we're consuming a lot of media and these films. But one thing's for sure, Sunday, 7 p.m., Critics' Choice Movie Awards right here on the CW. It's for sure going to be a good time.
It will be, and I'll be over at home yelling, Andra, Andra, Andra. We're rooting for her. Kelly, thanks so much for your insight. Good to have you on this morning.
Thanks for having me.